the silverback, the beast himself. Maybe not important to the football world, but something that kind of caught on with Twitter and everywhere else is just him and his workouts, because he works out at 2 a.m. in the morning. And he talked a little bit about why. Here's Trent Williams.
It's pretty much scheduled, but it's more so therapy. You get to get in there and you don't feel like you in a fishbowl, everybody watching how much you lift and seeing when you get tired and kind of measuring themselves. For me, I just like to go in there and, open space. It's night outside. It's kind of like, I know everybody's sleeping. I feel like I'm working. Maybe I'm getting a leg up. They probably working while I'm sleeping. But to me, it's kind of a mental thing.
I love Trent Williams. Lifting weights at 2 in the morning. That is a absolute trip, man. So excited for him. But I wanted to use him as a launching pad. Again, what's the title of this show? How will the 49ers 2023 season be determined? I think there's 2 key plays. Now, the quarterback position, where I'll attribute an entire episode to that later on down the road. There's no doubt. I've got so many clips on it because those are the questions. Everybody wants to know about the quarterback, rightfully so. But we'll spend time on that. There's no doubt. But I think the 2 most prominent positions that will determine how the 49ers season goes is right tackle and defensive end opposite of Bosa. And so we've got these 2 legendary, and I do mean that, like legendary players in Trent Williams and Nick Bosa that are the best at their position currently in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. There is nowhere near an offensive tackle close to what Trent Williams is doing. There is nowhere near a defensive end doing what Nick Bosa is doing. However, football is the ultimate team sport. Team sport, right? And so the opposite counterparts to those 2 players, Bosa and Williams, they got to step up. They got to step up. And so I saw this comment from the man himself, Johnny Dale. I freaking love it, man. What's up, Johnny? He says, Drake Jackson bulk gets you excited or concerned? Oh, excited big time. Now, I always get worrisome when running backs add weight. I don't like that. I get a little bit worried when wide receivers add weight. I don't like that. But edge players that play in the trenches, that is something that I am excited about. So let's start with again, Trent Williams is going to launch both of these. He was asked about Drake Jackson and kind of what he's seen. So here's Trent Williams on Drake Jackson.
I mean, when you look at the athleticism he has, the natural strength, I mean, to me, he looked like an all-pro. He looked like he has the stature to be an all-pro player. He looked like he has the want to. He's very studious. He's a student of the game. He's always asking questions, eager to learn. And to see that he actually took that and then, went and ate some weights this offseason and bulked up a little bit, I think it's only going to make him one of those playmakers that we need, on the other side of Nick. Keep everything even. He has that talent, and I'm looking forward to seeing some big things from him.
There's a couple. I almost broke that up into a couple clips, but I wanted to play the whole thing just, so you could hear his entire, discourse on Drake Jackson. Number one, he has all the traits and work ethic to be an all-pro. If anybody knows, it's Trent Williams, because he has to block against them every freaking week. The flexibility, the talent, the hustle, the makeup. That's what upstairs. He's got that. Niners always go after guys that have that. And so has he done it yet? God, no. He was a healthy scratch last 5 games, down the stretch. But he's a young guy. Just turned 23. He's got it. And the second comment I like is he ate some weights. That's awesome. In my personal experience, that's not a positive thing. But he ate some weights. I'm gonna start stealing that. And Johnny Dell, he asked a question. Are you concerned about him gaining weight? Well, here's a clip. For those of you watching, you'll get to see the guns. They asked Drake Jackson what he thought his ideal weight was. Last year, he played right at about 250, but you can see the difference. Dude looked different. Tore his sleeves off his shirt. He wanted to show everybody. So here's Drake's opinion on his ideal weight.
I would say 260. 260 right where I am, 260 to 265, probably be my best weights. And I say I've been playing around with that, but honestly, me getting stronger and like just getting my body together is the weight doesn't even matter anymore. It's just kind of just on me just getting right, getting bigger and stuff. So I would say probably 260, 265.
Yeah, and so, like, the fact that he's at that now, and so you added the muscle mass, right? He's pushing it, he looks different, his metrics are different, all those things, but you keep the speed, right? So you kinda stagger exactly what you're doing. Greg says, "I'm concerned about Jackson, but I know he's in good hands." And, man, it's gonna be fun to see him. And again, like I get Debster. She says, why are people concerned about him? He was a healthy scratch down the playoffs during the most important part of the season, and so I think we're gonna have to kind of see what that looks like. And I think good things are ahead for him. The fact that they have not gone out and they didn't really even draft a defensive end. They got a speed rusher in Robert Bill, which is fun. And I like Robert Bill. I just added another Patreon breakdown of his tape yesterday, which if you want to go check that out on our Patreon, please go do so. It's the best way to support the show. Go to patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast or just search 49ers Patreon. We're the first one that pulls up. A lot of fun over there. Look at this. Juan, we got the Godfather in the house. He says, looking forward to this D-line hunting. They're just building it. They're just building it. And yeah, Deb right there. He's young and learning. People need to calm down. This organization believed in him. Actions are more than words. And who did the 49ers go out and pursue or add at the defensive end position? Cleveland Farrell? He got like $2.5 million, right? Austin Bryant, nobody back in roster minimum guy. Robert Beal, what was he? 5th round pick, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be all right. And yeah, Carsar said he's still a baby body. I wish I had a baby body. I actually think I do have one. Drake hasn't made any plays in minicamp. You're not allowed to touch anybody without pads on. So I don't. You'll never hear. Yeah, it's as a former defensive coordinator, head coach, and D line coach, like you hate going out there without pads. It's frustrating because you don't get to do anything. If you get there, they just blow it dead. They don't even count sacks. Like yeah, don't I don't look at it that way, Tommy, at all. Yeah, but when the pads come on, that's when we will find out. That's when everything happens. And so we'll see. We'll see. Oh, Ishmael, look at this. We were concerned about our previous second rounder on Aaron Banks. Look how they turned out. I'm confident in Jackson. I am too. And I don't think he has to be great. I know everybody likes to look at stats and blah, 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 and whatever else. Like, no. I want him to just be disruptive, but solid in the run game. That's what I want.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.